All right, good morning. It is currently 6:12 in the morning, and I've been up for about 2 hours. And obviously, this is me first thing in the morning, got my do-rag on and everything. Today, I just want to make a pretty quick video discussing exactly how I'm able to get up around 4 o'clock every single morning without an alarm. I'm not a morning person. I hate getting up in the mornings. I remember like a year and a half, 2 years ago, every single day I would get up at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And the weekends I'll sleep until like 11 or 12 sometimes. But now I've been waking up this past probably a week or two at like 4:15, 4:30 in the morning without an alarm clock. And even there was one day I got up at 3:45, just no alarm, no nothing. And I mean, there's like a day or two whenever I get up at like 5:30, but like I'll get into that later on in the video. I'm gonna make a list. It's not gonna be a list in any order, particular order or anything. I'm just gonna talk about exactly what I do to get up just like the way I am right now. So this video is going to be really realistic and pretty straightforward. It's not really going to be anything glamorous, not like a, here's just one secret you can do to change and how to get up early in the morning. It's going to be a collection of things that if you combine all together, it makes it much easier to get up first thing in the morning. One thing that people won't tell you is that very few people can actually just get up first thing in the morning with a bunch of energy without any effort. Typically, if you're like me, if you're not a morning person, it is going to be difficult. It is going to be hard, but you can make it easier. Okay, so this is the list of things that I do to help me get up 4 a.m. without an alarm clock. All right, so the very first thing is obviously going to bed on time. If you don't go to bed on time, you're not gonna be able to get up early. Like if I stay up till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, there is no way I'm gonna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for 3-4 hours of sleep. So I try to go to bed around 8 o'clock at night. That's typically the goal, but usually realistically I'm not in bed until around 8:15, 8:30, and that's the time I usually go to sleep. Latest is 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I want to be sleeping. So then bare minimum, I get around 7 hours of sleep. Now, the reason why I wake up with no alarm is because I want my body to wake up naturally by itself. Because I don't like alarm clocks. I don't like what's like the even if it's like a more calm tone, which I've been doing for quite a while, I still don't like being waken up by something else other than my body. I feel like if I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna wake up naturally by myself. Because I feel like that's the best way to do it. And I've realized doing this, I'm a lot more calm and more energetic, and I'm much more willing to actually go out and do more stuff because it's just try it. No alarm is the way to go. One thing I learned from Alex Ramonzi is this thing that I've been trying, not really trying, but one thing he talked about is a lot of people, they have a wake up alarm, like, they wake up at 6 a.m. But what he has is a go to sleep alarm. It's an alarm that goes off later on the night to tell you when to go to sleep. Now, I don't really have an alarm that tells me when to go to sleep, but I do have like a mental idea of when I should be winding down and going to sleep. Like typically right around 7 o'clock at night, that's when I kind of just stop everything. I start winding down and I really get ready to go to sleep because I know that if I try to stay up later than that, I'm just gonna be up late, wasting time, not really doing anything. So I make sure 7 o'clock is when I start winding down, so I'm able to go to sleep around 8 o'clock at night. The next thing, which I think is probably one of the most important things we talk about in a lot of videos, is consistency. The first time you do this, it is not going to be easy because your body does not like change. You don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is just something that I've wanted to do for a while. I just wanted to try it. I want to get up at 5, but now I'm getting up at 4 o'clock, so that's even better. But this is something that I do. You don't have to do this yourself. You can get up at 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. I would recommend getting up earlier because it's a little bit better, whatever fits your lifestyle. Okay, so really quickly, I also want to emphasize that you don't have to be perfect with this. Like, you don't want to beat yourself up if you do get up, 30 minutes later, or you do sleep in for an hour or two. You're human. Stuff happens, So I get up at like 4 o'clock every single morning, but there are also some days when I get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, it is not consistent every single day. Like if you miss a day or two, it's not the end of the world. It's just matters on how you do over a long period of time. So don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or two. All right, goodbye. But the first time you do try to change up your sleeping schedule, your body's going to be resistant to it because your circadian rhythm and everything's not in place. Any change you make in your life, it is going to be difficult in that first initial part. So it gets easier the more you do it. Like, force yourself to do it every single day for about, I would say 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and then it'll become a lot easier to actually get up in the morning and it'll become automatic. So the next thing I recommend for people is to not sleep in on the weekends, because a lot of people, they usually can get up first thing in the morning or do their thing, do their job early in the morning, Monday through Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday they want to sleep in. Don't do that because your brain does not care about the days of the week or whatever time it is. It just knows that, oh wait, we're gonna wake up early 5 days a week and then 2 days we're gonna sleep in after that. It's not gonna be able to get in sync with that, and it's gonna mess up your sleep altogether. So right now it's a Sunday. I still woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Yesterday I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday. every single morning I get up early because it makes it easier the following day. I know it might be difficult, but just trust me, do it every single day, even on the weekends. Okay, so the next thing is kind of like a motivation thing. I'm not gonna touch on it for too long, but you need to have a reason to get up. Like, you need to have a purpose of getting up, because it's very hard for you to get up if you don't have a reason to. Like, if you're just gonna get up and just sit around and be on your phone, not do anything, chances are you're not gonna get up. You're not gonna want to get up, because why? For example, this morning when I got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, I journaled, I meditated, I stretched, and I cleaned my room a little bit. I did multiple different things. I'm pretty sure that's all I did this morning. I probably did a couple other things. You need to have a purpose and a reason for getting up. I recommend planning out your day the night before so that you know what you're getting up and what you're gonna do first thing in the morning whenever the time comes. So that you're like, okay, 4 o'clock in the morning, you wake up, you're like, okay, I know I have to do X, Y, and Z, so I'm gonna get up and do X, Y, and Z, because you have a purpose to go towards. Because I mentioned a few days ago, I woke up at 3:45 in the morning. That was because literally I was having a dream. I touched on this in another video, but I was having a dream whenever I was talking to some people in high school, some random people I went to school with. And basically, it was like towards the end of the dream when I just stopped and looked at him. I was like, isn't it weird how we're all gonna die one day? How we're all just here existing, acting like this is completely normal, and how like the time we have on this earth is finite. And then I ended up waking up in real life and immediately jumped out of bed 3:45 in the morning with a ton of energy to go out and go do different things. That's one thing you can use to get up early in the morning, but it's not every single day, obviously. But you do need some type of drive, some type of discipline to actually get up every single morning. Obviously, you can't just literally just hop out of bed every single morning, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So you need a reason why you're doing it. Another thing that you could do is a pretty small thing. Is typically if you have an iPhone, I don't know if Androids have this, but they have this feature called night shift. I have my night shift turned all the way up on the warmest setting, and I turn on like about an hour before I go to sleep. So what this does is it tricks your mind. It doesn't really trick your mind. Like, it's not a deal breaker. It doesn't solve everything. But what it does is it basically tells your mind that, yo, the sun is coming down. You need to go to bed pretty soon. Because you probably already know this, but screens, they emit blue light. And blue light is the type of light that you see first thing in the morning whenever the sun's coming up. So your brain thinks, oh, it's time to stay up. While, you know, whenever the sun sets, it's more orange. So your brain thinks, okay, it's time to go to sleep. Same thing with devices. Set it on your iPad, your phone, whatever devices you have. Set it so that it turns bright orange, so your brain gets a bunch of, you know, orange light. So your brain knows it's time to go to sleep pretty soon. Just do that. It's pretty simple. So now I'm going to get into how you actually get better quality sleep. Because if you don't get a good quality sleep, it doesn't really matter what time you wake up or when you go to bed or anything. So the quality sleep is what really matters. So the first thing I do is I sleep naked. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people sleep naked, but sleeping naked just feels so much better. You're more in your natural state, and you won't sleep in a cooler temperature as well, because this helps your body do something. It's just better to sleep at a cooler temperature. I don't sleep in like a freezing cold temperature or anything, but I do like a little bit of breeze. You know, a little bit of breeze is nice because it's nice and it's calm and cool and relaxing. So once again, consistency will help you get better quality sleep. I'm not going to touch on it again, but going to sleep at the same time every single day will increase the quality of your sleep. Next thing is no caffeine. I don't necessarily drink any caffeine, but I know some people watching this video probably will. So you already know that caffeine keeps you up. So try not to drink any caffeine. I heard once it hits like noontime, don't drink any caffeine for the rest of the day because the half-life of it and everything. I don't know too much about it. I don't drink caffeine, but basically try to stay away from caffeine towards the time you go to sleep. The next thing I recommend doing is to have a good diet. I feel like if you have a nice, clean, healthy diet with, you know, whole foods and good fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, you're just gonna get a much better quality sleep compared to if you just stayed up all night eating Jack in the Box all night. I feel it's just logic. I can't necessarily explain why that works, no, but I know that everything in my life gets significantly better, including sleep, my energy, my health. Everything gets better if you change your diet. Next thing I'd recommend is drinking a lot of water. Water is essential. I'll probably make another video about this later on, but one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life is drinking a gallon of water every single day. I've been doing that every single day since I was 14 years old, and the benefit you get from that is ridiculous. I wouldn't recommend just chugging a bunch of water right before you go to sleep, because typically you gotta get up in the morning, go use the bathroom, which kind of throw up your sleeping a little bit. So I would say, like, before you go to sleep, try not to eat or drink anything. And right before you go to sleep, make sure you do your thing in the bathroom, just get everything flushed out of your system so that there's nothing that's gonna be happening and have to be released while you're sleeping. So I recommend doing that as well. Probably one of the biggest things on how to get better quality sleep is actually tire yourself out by the time you go to sleep. Because a lot of people, they wonder why they're not sleeping at night, and it's typically because you're not really doing that much throughout the day. Like if you're just getting up on your phone, sleeping in, not doing anything, when it comes time for you to actually sleep, it's going to be very hard for your body to do it because you didn't really do anything. You're not tired. But if you get up early, you get up, you work out, you do things, you do work, you do things that are strenuous and stressful, not extremely stressful, of course, but like you just do difficult things throughout the day, you're going to actually tire yourself out mentally and physically to the point when actually you're able to hit the bed. You're going to fall asleep much faster because you actually did something, So basically, if you want to actually have good quality sleep and be tired when you go to sleep, do things throughout the day to tire yourself out. The next thing I would say to do is to change your lifestyle around sleeping. So the reason why I'm able to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning is because I quit my job. I used to work at Publix when I would, stay there till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night sometimes, and I wouldn't really get home and settle down until like 11:30. Now, obviously, if I settle down at 11:30, I won't be in bed until like 12 or midnight. So I'm not gonna be able to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I quit my job, so now I don't have a job, so now I have full control over my time, so I can sleep whenever I want to. This is why I'm able to go to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock at night. So if you do want to start getting up at a certain time, you need to change your lifestyle around that, because if you don't, it's going to be very difficult. That's why if you listen to people that say how they get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, typically people who do that, they don't have a traditional job, or they might have a job that requires them to be there really early in the morning. So do whatever fits around your schedule. But I do recommend this: whenever you do get off work, if you do get off work later, or if you do have the ability to get up earlier, if you do want to go to bed earlier, you need to actually go to bed earlier, if that makes any sense. That means like have a set time and don't waste your time when it gets later on into the night. Because let's be honest, if you're up until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, you're not doing anything productive. You're just going to be on your phone playing video games, scrolling social media. You're not going to be doing anything productive that's going to actually, you're not doing anything that's better than you sleeping at that moment. So you need to just turn off everything and actually force yourself to go to sleep. You need discipline. And I think it's going to be the last thing. The last thing is to be disciplined. You need discipline to get up in the morning, and you also need discipline to go to sleep on time so you're able to get up early in the morning. Because a lot of people, if you just, I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, you can just immediately go to bed, go sleep on time, get up early, and just do all these things with little to no effort. It is difficult to do. I would probably say half the time I do not want to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. Like when I say I get up 4 o'clock in the morning, that does not mean I'm jumping out of bed, jumping up, doing a little Mario jump, just excited to just attack the day. Now it does happen every now and then. I probably say like one day a week I've had that feeling, but it is not every single day. And if you look at majority of people who do get up early in the morning, very rarely is it every single day. It's probably never every single day you're gonna feel like doing it. You need to do it even when you don't necessarily feel like doing it. And there are going to be days when you're not going to want to get up early, but you're going to have to because you know your goals and you know what you're trying to set for yourself. So you need to do it regardless of how you feel. Because getting up early and changing your life and doing things you know you need to do, it is not something that you can do just by changing one small thing. Like you can't just change one small thing that I gave you on this list and then have, all the results. I don't want to preach mindset and stuff like that, but you need to change your mindset. You got to have a little bit of drive and a little bit of to get up early in the morning, or it's simply not going to work. Because I just don't want to lie to you and tell you that getting up 4 o'clock in the morning is an easy thing to do, because it is not. A lot of things that people talk about and how to improve their life and stuff like that, it is not an easy thing to do. It's pretty simple, you do X, Y, and Z, but it's not easy to do and actually applying it once you're actually in that moment doing it. So I want to be straightforward and honest with you about how I actually do it. So yeah guys, this is how I get up 4 o'clock in the morning without an alarm. I do this every single day now. I've been doing this for the past few weeks. It's really not that hard. I can see myself doing this for, almost indefinitely. I don't want to say that, but it's really not that hard for me now. Once again, don't follow exactly what I'm doing. Suit this to your own personal life, okay? But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.